Hi guys, I am finally here. It is here. It arrived like an hour ago and I literally got straight ready and you have seen it. It's finally here. I have in my very own home the Holographic Principle by Epica. Thank God. This review is going to be like my entire story of getting my hands on this bad boy as well, because as excited as I am to talk about this, I need to talk about my experience. It's not been the best, and it has kind of put a dampener on my experience because I have been excited about this album since the day I met Epica and I cried in their face and they revealed to me that they were making a new album. You guys know this. I have been waiting. I have been talking about it. Everyone I know must be sick of hearing the word Epica because it's all I have talked about for months. Like, all my like posts on social media have been like, when is my album getting here? And like people have known before you could even like buy the album. I was talking about the album. I'm the best PR person that Epica have had. So yeah, I've been excited, and the minute that you could pre-order, I was like, right, I'm gonna check out the stuff, get what I like. The end. My boyfriend was actually like, well, it comes out just before your birthday, so I'll order you the things and you can have them for your birthday. I'll let you have the album early so that you can review it, because he understands that I've got this channel. And you can just wait for the t-shirt until your actual birthday. And I was like, yeah, that seems completely fair. Like, that's great. That's more than great. I was really grateful that you said that. So I actually have here, this is my Epica invoice. I hope you can see this, that my items were ordered on the 4th of August. So I did pre-order and I only got them today. So that's proof that I pre-ordered. I don't want to show you the other half because it's got my address on and it's got my boyfriend's full name on and things, and he's like banking details. But we pre-ordered these in time to get them on the day they were released. I was excited. I was ready. I was ready to burst. Like, I was like, ah! With it coming. I've been such a psychopath. Anyways, yeah, so I was so excited it was coming. The day before it was meant to come, the 29th of September, we got an email. There's been a problem with the t-shirts and we won't be able to send the t-shirts out until they're fixed unless you want the wrong one. What they've done is they printed the men's design on the women's t-shirt, which is lovely, it's great design and all, but because I'm happy to have a lot of men's t-shirts, you know I've got loads, but I wanted the ladies one because it's just that bit prettier. So obviously I was like, well, I want that album, we'll have that t-shirt, so we're going to have to wait. Here's the bombshell. You won't get the rest of your order until the t-shirt's ready. What? Personally, I think that it was your mistake, whoever you are, people behind the manufacturing. I shouldn't be punished for that, and I was, and that put a dampener on things. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty angry, very upset. I'd had an awful day at work, and my handbag broke on my way home. Like, the strap just went and the handbag was straight on the floor. And then I got home and Phil was like, yeah, I need to tell you something. And I was like, what? And it could have been the worst thing. Like, it could have been like, we're breaking up, and I think I would have been happier than your album's not coming. I was so upset. I mean, I'm still upset just thinking about it. Anyways, there was not much information, and we basically just got told when the right t-shirts are ready, you'll get your stuff. And we were just like, okay, yep, right. So we waited, and about this time a week ago, maybe the Monday even, we got an email saying, right, t-shirts are here, we're sending stuff out, it's happening. We were like, yes. I had a week off, and we both had the week off as well from work, so we were like, yes, we're going to get it, it's going to come, and we're going to be home when it arrives. So happy. That week off ended, and then the Monday was when it came, when we'd both gone back to work. So it actually came yesterday, but I couldn't have it because I wasn't home. And then luckily they said they would repost it again today. And I've finally got my album. According to my boyfriend, because I don't go through his email and things like that, he just tells me what he gets. There wasn't really much in the way of an apology. There wasn't really much information. And he says he got given a tracking number and it didn't even work for a few days. So he's quite angry and he doesn't ever want to order from Epica's official website again. And I don't blame him, to be honest. I'm upset because the last time I used Epica's official website, it was great. I got my retrospect from them and the t-shirt. That was great. That all worked out. And, you know, we pre-ordered them and that was great. It all worked fine and we were happy. But this has been a nightmare, and Epica, if anyone in that entire Epica circle sees this, you need to sort out the people on your merchandising team, web team, whatever it is, because I was left like, is my album even coming? Am I ever going to get anything? And I was quite upset. So yeah, I'm getting that out of the way because I just wanted to get the sad story or whatever it is, my sob story, out there. And this is the entire reason why I haven't posted a review, because I wanted the physical copy. I broke and I listened to it on Spotify because I wanted my review to be up the minute I got it. So like, I've listened to the album on Spotify, don't worry, I've listened. This review will be based on the music. I've listened and listened and listened and listened, and I've wrote down opinions and notes and things. So if you see me looking around, I'm looking at my notes because I wanted this review to be ready for when it came, so I could just sit down and talk to you guys. You know how much I've been wanting to talk to you guys about this album. Right, so let's actually look at it now, because you know I like to show you what you get. So I have the 2-disc edition of the album. So this is the cover. It's very shiny. I tried to take a picture of it and like, it's just glare. So yeah, I've got a really glary picture of this album. It's gorgeous. It's quite like the Evanescence self-titled album. You know how much I love that. This is pretty much the Epica version of that. So it's gorgeous. Side and the back with your track listing. I hope you can actually see this. So I've got the 2-disc edition, so is the normal album tracks here, and then the acoustic principle, which is like all the acoustic versions of the songs. Not all of them, but you know what I mean. Right, anyways, let's open it up. So, I hope you can see the pictures. There's a picture of the band here, and then there's like this Simone like headshot bust thing here, which is very beautiful. I just wish it was printed in a way that you could see it better on camera, because I feel like you're not going to see a thing. Then you open it up again and it's got the picture that I have on my t-shirt. That's actually the right t-shirt. That's the picture that you get. And then you've got, what is it? Within the hologram, nothing is what it seems. And then the discs. So this is the actual album here. And then this is the acoustic album here. And you get, when I can get it out, the little booklet with like lyrics in. You know how much I like these. I like to see my lyrics, so like, yeah, you can see, I'll just go through a couple. And they've got the acoustic lyrics in here as well, which I think is brilliant, because, you know, they are slightly different to the actual songs. And then there's like, you know, the band information and like thank yous, you know, the general stuff you get in the booklet. And then there's a picture of the band. On the back, the universe implodes when your dream state explodes. And so yeah, it's all gorgeous looking. Like this, like before we even get to the sound, the look of this album is beautiful. This is probably Epica's most good looking album. Like, this is the sexy album. This is the album that just brings beauty to the eye. Let's get to the sound. I know that's what you're waiting for. So I'm just gonna get my notes there so I can talk a bit more about it. Overall, the actual sound of the album is very grand. Like, I think it's very big. There's a lot going on. You've got a lot to listen out for, and there's a lot of technical work that's been put in there. You can tell that Epica have really put their heart and soul and effort into this, and that is obviously something I can really appreciate. After all, Epica are my favourite band. You probably know that already. You can hear the real orchestra. Like, it really does make a difference. and you can hear, you know, that they've taken it to that next level instrumentally before we even get to like any vocals. My one criticism on the instrumental sound is this is not as heavy as I expected it to be. Everything I'd heard about this album was it's going to be heavy. It's going to be, you know, like really like out there for Epica, and that when I listened to the documentary, you know, it sounded like they were really chugging away, and I think that kind of got like lost in translation with everything else. There's just so much going on that it doesn't feel like a heavy metal album. It's definitely a metal album, but it's very symphonic. It's not very heavy. I would say that their last album, the Quantum Enigma, is a lot heavier than this one. Maybe that's just my personal opinion on things and how I hear music. I'm hearing a lot of the orchestra, but that's just how I feel. I don't feel like this is the heavy album that we were promised. It's not a bad thing. It's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's just there. So yeah, that's my one like down point on the instrumental elements of this. Let's get to something that's been quite controversial and something I've heard a lot of people complain about. Simone's voice. You know, Simone is like the queen of my heart. That woman can do no wrong. She'd sing anything. She could sing it any way she liked, and I'd be like, it's gorgeous. And her singing is gorgeous. I mean, I like her voice. She can use her more pop style, she can use her more operatic style, and they're both gorgeous, and they're both great. I feel like she was experimenting with her voice a lot in this album, and I don't think she's quite perfected some of the sounds she was trying to do. Is that a bad thing? No. I still think these vocals are so much better than they were in the first couple of albums. I am so controversial in my Epica opinions. First two albums are the worst by far, and I think they've got better with every single album. And I know a lot of people disagree with my opinion there, and I know a lot of people think Simone's voice has got worse over time, but I think it's got better. I'm not sure if this album is quite the Quantum Enigma. Like those vocals, oh, like they give me chills, and it's just, that album is so, like, that album is up there on some crazy like mountain, and this is like crawling its way up. So we'll see. It might grow on me over time. I mean, for example, like The Unforgiving by Rhythm Temptation. I didn't really like that album too much when I first heard it. Now it's one of my favourites. So this could easily do the same. I mean, when I first heard the Quantum Enigma, I said it's no Requiem for the Indifferent. And now I'm like, what was I thinking? So this could easily do the same. Easily. I'm very happy with the overall sound. I'm very happy with Simone's sound. I think there's some gorgeous like classical elements still in there, and I don't understand how people can think that she's losing it, because I mean, for example, Once Upon a Nightmare, yes, I thought I'd got it wrong then. Those vocals, like, they are beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, I'm going to just go through a few tracks, just because I've got a few like bits and pieces to say about them. Divide and Conquer, I want to talk about this track because I don't know if you all saw this, but Epica did like a poll thing where they asked fans what song they wanted them to release as a single first, like what they wanted us to hear first. And I picked Divide and Conquer. Like all you got was the title, and you could just choose which title, you know, you liked the best. I picked that. And I'm kind of glad that that wasn't the single they went for, because I don't think it would have done them very well. It's a great song. Would it have brought in as much of an audience? No. It's quite a Mark focused song. Like there's a lot of Mark in there, and whilst of course we're all used to him and we all love him, if you're trying to get people into the band, I think you've got to kind of wean them in with more Simone. That's how I feel. I mean, that's how I got into the band in the first place, was I heard a lot of the Simone songs, maybe a little bit of Mark here and there, and now I love him, obviously, like, but you do have to, I think, wean people in, so I understand. So, let's get to the single, Universal Death Squad. I first listened to it, and again, my reaction was not as strong as any of the singles from the Quantum Enigma, and whilst I do kind of still feel that way, I get it, it's catchy, it's very catchy. Like, I feel myself walking around and in my head I'm just going like, inventing improving, creating, and I'm just walking around like, oh. So yeah, that sticks in your head loads. I apologise for singing because it's probably awful, but there you go, there it was. And I just feel myself like bopping around, especially to that bit in my head and the chorus as well. And I really like it. I listened to Universal Death Squad like 5 times in a row. So I must have liked it. I listened to it so much that my boyfriend actually now can recognise it just from the like piano at the beginning, because my boyfriend is rubbish with music. Like, he doesn't know anything, he doesn't recognise anything. He likes like a few bands and that's it. So that's impressive that he now knows when Universal Death Squad is coming on. The Edge of the Blade. Well, it's just called Edge of the Blade, isn't it? Yes. You can tell I've only just got this bad boy. It's good. I initially like it more than Universal Death Squad, but I don't think it's as appealing as that as a whole, like to the whole population. I understand why they chose that as the second single and not the first. It's very catchy though. Like, I feel myself like walking around again like do 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 do, like just the tune of it. Like, of course I do know lyrics, but like that's what comes to my head and I'm like, ooh. Like, and the other song that also stays in my head a lot is the Dancing in a Hurricane. That like line seems to come in my head a lot. So there seem to be the catchy songs on the album. So they did pick the good songs as singles. I understand exactly why they chose those songs. And one song that has really stuck out to me, and like when I listen to it I'm like, I love it so much, is A Phantasmic Parade. I keep getting the songs confused and saying like A Cosmic Parade or like stupid things like that. Anyways, yeah, that song, that instantly, the minute I heard it, like, I love this song. That is my favourite song on this album at the moment. That could easily change. I've only listened to this album for a couple of weeks now, so it's not exactly like I've had it years and years and years. Like some of the other Epica songs have moved around in time. My favourite Epica song now is Reverence from the Quantum Enigma. Well, at the moment, you never know. But it used to be Matter of the Free Word for ages, and I thought nothing's ever going to beat that song. But now Reverence has taken over. So this album's definitely got time to shine. Just looking at my points again. The acoustic songs are not my favourite. I will admit it. I love Epica so much. They are my favourite band. They are everything to me. They're one of my favourite things in the world. Those acoustic songs fall a bit flat for me. They don't sound like Epica songs to me. They're not bad songs. Like, I like them. I listen to them, and I'd never get angry if they played them live or like, they're just there. They're just there, and I listen to them, and I just don't feel like they're up to par. Like the last album, again, the Quantum Enigma. This is going to be a lot of comparisons. The Quantum Enigma's acoustic songs were so much better, and they felt like Epica songs. But they've like changed the songs, not in a bad way, but they've mixed it up a bit, and like they've obviously added a lot more instruments into their acoustics because they are experimenting with a lot of sounds, and that's great because it means they've got a lot more to come. But I just don't think I don't feel like those acoustic songs were the best, and I don't think they're the best that Epica can offer. I don't think someone's vocals are the best either on that. Like, I definitely think that it's all very toned down for Epica's entire sound. So that's my down point. I will still listen to it all. I still love it all. You know exactly what I'm going to say. This album is like 4.5 to 5 stars. I feel like I need to get to know it a little bit better. When I reviewed the last album, The Quantum Enigma, I had it for a week before I reviewed it, and I listened to it just like constantly, like everywhere I went it was in my earphones, everything. Whereas I haven't really been able to do that with this. Like, me and Spotify don't get along that well, so I don't feel as strong about this album in that sense. It's not as close to me, it's not as personal to me just yet. So 4.5, but it's probably going to end up being a 5-star album for me, is what I'm going to say. I love you, Epica, so much. Before this album had even come out at all, before I even knew anything, I was buying those live tickets. Like, I didn't care. The minute they were out, I got a ticket. So I'm coming to London. If you're going to London, I'll warn you, there's going to be a crazy ginger girl there screaming and probably crying and just like singing every song like a crazy lady. Windmilling. Oh, I'm so bad for windmilling at gigs. Like, I'm sorry if I've ever blinded you, if you've ever been at a gig I've been at. Sorry. I just love Epica so much. Like, I am the crazy fangirl. And yeah, I just want you to know that I feel like Epica get better with every album, and I feel like they always impress me, and I don't want my bad feelings about my experience to dampen this album. But it kind of has at the moment, so hopefully next time you check in with me I'll feel a lot better about things. But I am very happy with the album as a whole, and I'm very excited to get to know the songs a bit better, because I'm kind of like, you know when you're half there with lyrics and things and you're like kind of singing odd lines and things, but you're like, what's that next bit? I'm there at the moment. So when I get to know the album better, I'm sure I'll love it so much more, because that's what happens to me. I'm very attached to these people. Like, every member of this band. This is my favourite lineup of the band as well. Every member is so lovely. It probably helps that I met this lineup, and they were just all so nice to me. I was just a crying mess. Yeah, I made a fool of myself. Anyways, there's a few more things that I need to talk about. Obviously, you can probably kind of tell because you can kind of see it. My hair's blocking the way. I got a t-shirt. I'm wearing the t-shirt. It's actually a bit big for me, which I'm really surprised at, because usually in band t-shirts, women's are usually tiny. Like, a size large is like a UK 12, so I usually get a large because I am a 12. But this is quite baggy on me. Well, I'm going to try and let you see. Hopefully you can see. One, just how beautiful this is, because I mean the whole design is just gorgeous. The colours, the pose, the writing in the stars, everything. I love it. This is my favourite design. That's why I wanted it so badly, even though it was the downfall of my entire order. So yes, I'm very happy with this t-shirt. It's very beautiful. I have something else that I didn't know I was getting, because like I said, my boyfriend ordered these for me as my birthday present, and I thought, you know, I was getting the album and the t-shirt, and I was like, wow, like, that's loads, that's great, I'm so grateful. He went above and beyond, and I have something that is sold out. I can't believe my camera just died at that moment. As I was saying, I have got something very exciting. I've got something that is completely sold out. I think it's exclusive, and I'm sure you want to see what it is. I have my very own Simone. I'm so excited. I could not believe it. I mean, just look how cute this is. So yeah, I have a Simone in the striped dress that they used for like the promotion of the album, and her little boots, and a little microphone. Lovely little ginger hair. I'm just so grateful, and I just need to thank my boyfriend so much. Not only obviously for this bit, but like for understanding my fangirlness and, like, you know, persevering into making sure that everything came. And for buying me the things in the first place. I mean, I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. This is one of the best birthdays ever. So yeah, I have my own Simone. Hope you can see her. You can see a little detail of a belt and things. She's very beautiful. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys for being patient with me and my review. And I hope we can talk more in the comments. I apologise for how long this video was, and how dreadful the lighting is. It is October in England, which means it's just raining. It's really cloudy, it's raining, it's storming, it's horrible. But you know, I've got the review here. We're finally here, guys, and thank you so much if you made it to the end. I hope that this video is worth the wait. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.